Some injury news, please, Maurizio. What's the latest on Ryan Mason specifically and Ericsson?
Yes, I think Ryan is out. You know why? And he's still out. Christian too.
Did Mason train this morning?
No, not with the group.
Okay. And everyone else is fit at the moment? Everyone else is okay?
Mace?
No, everybody else in the squad.
Yeah, yes, well, it's Moussa Dembélé is out, still out, and after all fit, yes.
We touched on it with Hugo, but what was your reaction to the Luke Shaw challenge last night? He's a player you obviously know very well and worked closely with at Southampton.
Yes, I feel very sorry for him. It was a big impact for me because I arrived at home and was the moment that happened, and I was sick after this action. My relation with him was close and difficult. I spoke with him this morning, much better today, but always it's difficult when you got this type of injury, and only give my support and wish a speedy recovery. But now it's only to thinking into recovery and to try to as soon as possible start to recovery after his injury.
How was he this morning when you spoke to him?
Always it's difficult because was crying and he was crying and it's normal. You can understand after the big injury that was yesterday, not only for the pain, for all that is around this action and the situation. And yes, always is difficult moment for him and for the player.
Do you think his manager was right to be angry at the tackle? What did you make of it?
It's difficult because never the intention was the Hector Moreno to make this, but this is his football. Always is danger, and sometimes happen this type of action. And unlucky for Luke.
You spoke about Eric Lamela in the last couple of days. You said that perhaps now, after 2 years here, it's probably time for him to deliver. Could you expand on that? What exactly you mean? Do you mean that he's underperformed so far?
I think it's important season for him, for another player too, but for him it's important to start to show his real value, and maybe tomorrow have the opportunity to start to show.
Do you think he ever will fulfill that potential here? As you say, it's been 2 years. Why do you think it hasn't worked in the last 2 seasons?
But always it's difficult for the player. Young player, arrived to Tottenham, got injury, a big injury in his back, difficult to play. Second season wasn't easy, and always it's not easy when you arrive at a new club and happen that was happening with him. But we have fully confidence, and only he need to feel confidence and good season for start to show his real value.
What are you expecting from your opponents?
Yes, Qarabağ is a good team. They play the last 2-3 weeks against Celtic and play very well. Have a very good team and it's a team that play very well. Try to build from back and play along the grass, and very dynamic team. I think we need to show respect for them because it's not easy game.
How important is this competition for you this season? Paul there just mentioned a few minutes ago to Hugo that it has impacted negatively on your Premier League form in recent seasons.
I think it's always important. Every competition that we play, Tottenham play, is important, and to go as far as possible. And I think it's important for the squad to try to give the possibility to play the whole squad, and I think the competition is a good competition for us.
Okay. Is there any more broadcast questions? So there's a lot of young players that you kept and haven't loaned out so far who we haven't seen yet. Are they likely to get a chance in this competition now?
Yes, maybe, yes, it's a mix maybe tomorrow between the player that play on the Premier League and the player that don't play yet.
You said last season that towards the end of last season, you might look at prioritising the Premier League this season. Is that still something you're planning to do? Is that why you kept so many young players around the group?
No, I think that we have ahead in 2 weeks and a half, 6 games, and it's important to share the minutes and to put the best team for every game.
Last season, obviously, it was Harry Kane sort of burst onto the scene in this competition. He's yet to score for Tottenham this season. Are you going to give him the chance to maybe use this as a springboard this time around?
Yes, maybe yes. I think it's important. And for Harry, it's important to keep calm and working hard. I'm sure that the right start to score again. I think it's a good competition because you can give the alternative a different player and you can use your squad. But in the same way, I think it's important every competition that we play.
And how many changes do you envisage each time to make in between the Europa League and the Premier League? Are we going to see very different teams in both of them?
Yes, maybe some changes. Yes, maybe.
But plenty, or do you reckon you'll try and keep a nucleus together for both competitions?
Yes, Mason is out. Cannot repeat, and maybe some change more.
Lovely. Can we get last questions over there, please?
From BT Sport. It feels like the team have taken a while to hit their stride. You got your first win last weekend. What do you think? Did you change anything mentally, do you think, and going forward? What do you expect from your team going forward?
Yes, I think it was important. First victory always is important because in the last few games you play well, but you don't get the victory, and always it's difficult to keep working and to have the same mentality. I think it was very important. Different atmosphere on the training ground after our victory, and I think always is important to take a positive result for move on the team.